Hi guys, welcome to OSense, and today we're going to talk about my favorite topic, differences between East and West. For who is useful this presentation? If you are Chinese business that wants to export abroad, or you are foreign business that wants to try his brand in Chinese market, this PPT is for you. Let's see the differences between Asian and Western market. Now first, it's useful to know that there is a massive interest of foreign brands that are high class on the Chinese market. So if you want to retire young and rich, you should definitely try your brand in China, because in the moment China is a huge market of 52 billion sales in luxury goods, and high-end goods pass really well here. The 1 billion market. So China is a market with 1 billion rich customers who are ready anytime to pay for a high price and personalized product from highest level. Chinese customers changed. Today, Chinese market is led by millennials, who are actually kids from very rich parents and have very sophisticated tastes, and they want personal products. They want the product to be safe, to be imported. They trust celebrities, and in the same time they expect loyalty programs from the brand. Let's see some very interesting new lifestyle flows. Like 63% of the women, they are not ready to get birth because they consider that will bad influence on their career. 38% of the people would rather spend their money in experiences than they would buy an apartment. And 30% of all young people, or every third young person, consider that the marriage is not important for happy life. Let's see which product you can best sell here. Outsourced technology, which means you buy in a cheap country and you export on the Chinese market. Then fashion, sportwear, food, because Chinese are addicted from high-scale gastronomic experiences. Then beverages, beauty, jewelry, and health supplements. But you have very extensive market barriers, like people talk different languages in different areas. They have different market behavior. You have heavy administrative procedure, and because of the language, they become even more difficult. And then you have contrasting lifestyle, because every area have its special mentality and tastes. You also have online access difficulties, and people online behave different in different areas. And you have a severe aesthetic differences when compared to the Western market, because sometimes we're like black and white, and our tastes are totally opposite. Let's see what you're gonna get like a first barrier when you enter the Chinese market. From the language aspect, you have different dialects in every area. Then you have trademark availability problem, because there's so many brands available, so many logos, so many names. You need to have a special knowledge and experience what type of brand passes and what doesn't, and how to stipulate the logo to pass the market. Another thing is domain name, the name of the website. You should take it sooner, and maybe consult some specialist agencies who have experience in this. From the aspect of mobile operating, they have different payments, they pay different the bills, and they have different lifestyle. To be able to more visually explain the differences between the language, we take these two ladies, which means Zhao Feiyan means slim for Chinese, and Yang Yuhuan means chubby girl. They have a different kind of language system in different area, and this was from the project that we did for Huawei to adapt them on a local market. Ordering home delivery in China is a routine, because in Europe people want to touch and see before they buy. Probably because they have more free time and the shopping malls are closer to their homes. So on the past buy from work, they just go to shop something, which is not the case in China. China massively orders home delivery, or how they call it, the new retail, and it's a everyday lifestyle. You have another barriers like WeChat payment, and all the shops are moving online, so you have specialized sellers just for online shopping who compare different colors, who present the functionality of the product, they stretch the material and everything is visual and you feel like you're inside of the shop. But also they have some 3D VR experiences where you can literally go into the shop and choose what you like. And then paying bills with QR codes that they deliver you on your door on your mobile phone. You're gonna see very often self-serving gas station for electric vehicles because there is a massive expansion in movement of electric vehicles in China because of a lot of startups, and the government is making some special policy to burst these electric vehicles. Another thing, if you want to buy groceries, you're gonna find just code instead of an ordinary billboard. You're gonna find a banner in front of your home. You can scan and get the groceries in 30 minutes. If you go inside McDonald's, you don't need a seller. You can buy by yourself. In every supermarket, you have contactless payments, and literally some of them they work 24/7. In the taxi, you have full GPS from highest level, and micromobility of small vehicles is present everywhere. Even disabled people, they're made able by this kind of vehicles, and you cannot notice if you have some disabilities. So this micromobility is a serious industry in China at the moment, and you can see the difference if you go out on a street. You have 5 lines. One is for cars, then is for buses, one tape you have for bikes, one tape for bicycles, and the 5th one is for pedestrian, which rarely in which country in Europe or America happens. The traffic is very tightly divided. About market taste, that you can see different taste in the food, in the beauty, in the lifestyle of the people, how they live here. It's a very good example to see these images. Like while on the West we want long eyes and smaller, here they like double eyelid, so they even buy stickers how to make their eyes look more Western. If you see this photo, this is the Chinese face. In West countries, if some white girl makes surgery, probably this one would be the outcome after the surgery, but not here. And they really like white skin, which means in the West countries, if you're so pale, your mother's gonna send you out of the sun to catch some color because you look like sick. It's really fascinating how different we are. If we see in interior, this Scandinavian style is more empty, more light. It have micro space, small rooms, and everything is compact. And then you have traditional Chinese style of an average home in China, which have a lot of details, which have warmer colors, and the room is big and it has a lot of space. Another thing, let's see a pattern how it looks like on Western countries. You have freedom, you have simplicity, it's interactive to show many people on the same photo that they're friendly and social. And as the opposite, you have a Chinese pattern who shows wisdom and background history. And then you have bold colors who are striking, and at the same time, whole design look very powerful. About snacks. This is a very interesting topic because everything that Chinese eat is relatively healthy. So you're gonna find snacks like dry vegetables or fruits or even meats. I think I haven't met in Western countries small meats packed like a snack. It's first time here I see in China. And these are the Western snacks, either chocolate, either is chips or cookies, sweet or salty. The level of being polite in China is really serious, so you're gonna have a chance to see even so that retail sellers in the shopping mall, like cashiers, and then they work very transparently, so you're gonna see what's happening in the back of the kitchen, in the front part of the restaurant. Or they're very responsible about the time, because timing means here everything. So if they don't deliver you the food in less than 30 minutes, you don't pay the bill. It's on the side of the restaurant. It's fascinating how they combine the traditional with high technology. So you have this clinic for measuring health from a pulse from a hand, and then they combine it with more sophisticated methods of artificial intelligence processing of the data of the patients. Another thing that you're gonna meet like barrier is you have a 3 line of markets, like a biggest division, because the first line is like Shanghai, Nanjing, that is high income or open, and then the second line you have Beijing, Guangzhou, like high income and more traditional, and then the third line markets are poorer areas that have a lower income and old-fashioned mentality. Display persona in cashless society. That's the new consumer in China. Young people spend more than 6 hours on the mobile phone to order food, to pay taxi, to party, educate, bills, and even to find love. You can clearly visually see that on this little purse, that it's just so tiny to put your mobile and nothing more, because in China you can just get out of home at home and you don't need anything else. They're mobile addicts, literally. So when somebody buys a car, 65% of his decision depends on what comments he's gonna read online. Then 32% of the people, when they buy luxury, they make decision over what they read on the internet. And every third person in China, or 28% of the young people, they're seriously interested to become celebrity, and they are working on it. But we can see another focus when we do advertising. So in Western countries, when you have a small budget and you start a campaign, first you start in giving free education to your clients from your expertise. And in China, if a company has a small budget, they first start with renting KOL or influencer that gonna talk good about their brand on his own platform. There's a severe difference. Yeah, another thing that you need to catch some second level of influencer who people doesn't know that much, because lately it's shown that people distrust this Angela Baby example, who got 8,000 likes compared with Kai Xinhua, who have 40,000 likes without any payment, which means people trust influencers who are less popular, who look more like normal. Internet of Things is dominating households, so parents, to have more time for passions and self-development, they deploy more technology into their lifestyle. This clearly we can see by the new families who rent online English teacher for their babies, which is really frequently happening. What is hot in China? The most hot trend is social commerce, which means selling in real time in social media. You should definitely try this. There is a general trend of social isolation, or people are many but they're isolated and they live their own life, so they need friends. And 70% of the single people says that they would participate into promotional activities who will join them with other people with similar hobbies. Or 32% of the people play games just to make new friends. You can see this extreme example of how Oreo cookies localize its brand in China. So you have a Oreo cookie with taste of spicy chicken, and then you have Oreo cookie with spice of wasabi, which is amazing. Another thing, if we see the work of Victoria's Secret, we're gonna see that it's very localized and adopting to local tastes, because Asian girls, they want to be more covered, more mystical, and more cute. And you can see this bathing suit, who is totally opposite from all we know in Western countries. They have long sleeves and back to the neck. And you can see by the frames of her bra that are very thicker and nothing shows. Another thing, if we compare the two differences, on their photo of advertising, we have strong individuality. So people are predominantly alone. And when they advertise, when they promote themselves on social media like WeChat, most of the photos are person like individually taking a photo. And in Western countries, they really like group photos. So they want to show that they have social spirit, that they're social, they have a lot of friends. Another thing, the taste here of our lady is mysterious, and in Western countries is more explicit, literally like nothing is hidden. And we can see in Asia, there is really high value of slim people, and being slim is a very appreciated virtue. contrasting from the Western countries where they more accept people with natural body shape, and that's okay, like more chubby. Live streaming is a must. So selling products in real time on video where our customers can comment is really a thing today. We can see an example here of our client. Redefining adulthood. What this means? It means that the border of shifted of being adult is in later age, because today apartments are more expensive and it's very difficult to find a good jobs on so competitive market. So Asian people don't do all this later. And we can see another trend of nivelating with different ages, because young people, they behave like the old people. Actually, the old people want to do the same entertainment like young. So we can offer them the same products in many situations. If you start operating on Asian market, the mentality is very focused on saving the environment. So it would be useful if you accent this point in your products, or you take care of the package should not be made from plastic. Another thing is digital personalization. You see your face everywhere in a shopping mall, so you can try contact lenses, you can try dress, you can try sunglasses, and it's very personal. You can take a photo with your friends, you can add some effect. So this is a lot different than Western countries. How to capitalize the Westernization? So first we need to see more differences about their behavior in the business environment. If we compare this photo of a Western team versus Eastern team, we're gonna see differences, like the aesthetic taste is different. They're dressed very casually, they're dressed very professional. So they also have some flow of influence, like Mad Men movie, and they really wanna show class and status. And on the other side, the color language is different. Like in Asia, you don't use black and white, and in Western countries, a lot more often this happens. And also, Asia want to show high level of elitism, more strict to the code of conduct, against is the West, where everything's more free and the lifestyle is free, so the business is also. Young people in Asia love to buy imported. So this means that you have a face, or terms that they call mianza, and means you have money and that you are trusted and safe because you are from abroad. So two main concepts are important. The concept of status, or mianza, and the safe, because of a lot of scandals that happened the last few years in China, especially with the milk. Chinese customer really more trust on imported products, especially if the price is higher. Also, Chinese customers want extreme experiences lately. This is due to they travel often and they have social media like Instagram and Facebook, so they're under influence of the Western world and they want to try more. They're hungry for new passions and they're satisfying their curiosity with new extreme activities. About the new experiences, 80% say that the adventure is enriching their life. 45% they would buy a luxury good if it has a good rating on social media. And 25% of the customers travel alone, which is 1/4 of the total number. We want to show you some examples how we adopted Western products on Chinese market, which is pretty extreme. Is this highlights snow pork. This is a frozen pork, and everybody knows that in China people don't want frozen meat. So everything needs to be fresh and to look good. So this initial package doesn't look neither beautiful, neither safe, so we needed to entirely change the concept. We can see here that this type of Canadian pork is very popular abroad. So you have it on BBC, on CNN, it's covered on Facebook, on YouTube. Also in Japan, because Japan is more westernized country, they sell unbelievable 1 billion yen in a certain time. And there is an advertising like, if you ever eaten pork, but you definitely haven't eaten this kind of pork. What is the issue in this situation? First, we know that Chinese customers doesn't like to eat frozen meat. And on the other side, how to change the mentality of a whole nation. So which means we need to make a campaign to change the opinion of whole China. So how we do this? We can see here that after the campaign were sold 220 million pieces of this highly unacceptable product for Chinese mentality. And this was made in 6 months. How we did it? We compared the color. So here's fresh Chinese, and here's unfrozen Canadian meat. So you see that even unfrozen, the Canadian meat is more colorful than the fresh Chinese. And then we use pictures to show the fat content. So we have here high live pork imported from Canada. And on the other side, we have Chinese meat, which have higher fat, if you see by this point. This is the visual part. And here are some of the visual solutions that were used. We also certified with 5 different health certificates to show the Chinese customer that is eligible and healthy for eating. The core point of this campaign was that in the mind of Chinese customer, Canada is a healthy, pure country. So we wanted to merge this concept with the pork. So we say that you buy pork from clean Canada country, and we connect the perception of Canada as a clean country with the pork quality. This was the striking news. We can see that in Japan already they say 1 billion. It's a 1 billion Japanese revenue. To get a social proof from the crowd, we use 4 main type of judges. So first we take influencers who say that the meat is great. Then we take users who eat the meat in public. Then we take the cookers who prepare the meat in restaurants. And then the restaurant bosses who make a decision where to order the meat. This is also a broad study. We show how you can penetrate on Chinese market with a Western product and Chinese mindset. We have a razor with 6 blades that needs to be main competition of Gillette Sensor Excel. So we connected with a baby, and this baby demonstrated new generation of razor, and to adopt it on Chinese market and to be more acceptable, we call the razor Asian razor. So Asian shaving, like Asian shaving is different from the Western shaving. We do this in a way that we connect to 3 most important aspects of any person's life. So if you choose this razor, you're gonna have many friends because you are sharp. If you use this razor, you're gonna have a great love life. And if you use this razor, you're gonna get the best job possible. So you're all covered. You just need to use the razor, which is really impressive. Also was made a holiday schedule because, you know, in every country there is different kind of holidays and they different celebrated. So you need a local agency to adopt. You're working on the local market. Friend recommendation, what we did on WeChat. We made a holiday schedule, and then you need to join in a group, and in that group you need to add 3 more friends, then to post their age 5 invitation to your WeChat moment, and then after it passes 1 day on your WeChat moments, you get a reward from this brand, Rocco. Online games, it was made a lucky draw, and you can use it just once. The next time you can send to your friends to spread the voice. Also, you can see this type of digital gaming. You can do it just once and then you resend it. What OSense promises is that all users will be classified, aggregated, digitalized, and filled with content that is specially adapted to local market. If you decide to outsource, we work while you sleep. So you can double your capacity and you can localize your brand in China, and every cycle finish in 1 day. So we finish 1 day work, and when you wake up with all your workers, you have already a package to work with and to continue, like having a double workers. Another thing that we want to suggest you as a good example is to start working with services, maybe IT services. So you hire people with low standard of living in the cheap countries, and then you export the product on Chinese market. This is the best option from a model aspect. So you buy cheap and sell expensive to the high-income companies in China. We can help you do this really smoothly. And what we do as Osense is offering a free trial for foreign businesses to help you just sense the market, how it works. So we invite you to test our services with a starter project and to see how things are going and to see the results. Until then, have a great day.